Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is my Metro Last Light Ranger Hardcore difficulty video walkthrough. This is chapter 29, entitled Polis. So this is one of those strange chapters that comes along which is essentially just a roller coaster of exposition. And unfortunately, for this to be a full guide, I have to, bring everything to you. And in this mission there's really nothing but finding answers, finding truths, and this quite interesting animations with the the dark one dressed up as a little kid, which I do like, even though he has ridiculously long arms and freakishly long arms. But it's nice that they put those animations in there, because there's definitely an innocence and a charm to this, but he does look like a pterodactyl. Like, his arms are too long, man. It's just weird. But you're going to be walking through these scenes, you're going to be listening to Khan and everybody talk, and it's at moments like this where I probably should have trimmed this so it's a shorter video, but, why not? Why not leave it in just to show people some parts of the game? I get comments from people asking where the cutscenes are, which I'll never really understand. It's a walkthrough, it's not cinema time, this is not movie time with Sarah from 17, this is how to beat the game, the actual part where you play. But a lot of dialogue here, a lot of exposition, so I'm going to go to the Twitch chat to see what's happening in it, and hopefully we'll have some interesting tangents to mention. And with the looks of this, the very first one is people talking about whiskey, which Dimple, which I've never even heard of, is apparently an amazing brand. It's quite sweet and mild, but it's still fun. It's great for when the nights are getting colder and you're just enjoying a movie with a friend. Sounds almost like a gay chat ad. When you and a friend just want to hold hands and watch some man shows. But aside from that, we've just got people swearing at each other because a notoriously cursey mod has just entered the chat. Yeah. And he's probably going to get timed out, because that seems to be what these people like to do to each other. But this moment, once again, you're walking through into the centre. We're going to be hitting the major politician, telling him of the bullshit that's about to happen. But it's, there's nothing much to this level. Just a little bit of Khan's beard, which is always a good thing. And there's also, you go into the memories, or you go into some kind of conscience of this character up here, who's one of the main proponents of the plot. He killed his brother, he's usurping them, he's working with the Reich. There's a lot of interesting stuff. But it's all told in exposition. And this is actually a really pivotal moment in the story, and the story is not exactly going to blow you away. But it's still interesting. And here comes the little kid. He's going to go up to the guy and touch him with his freakishly long hands, his bloody Nosferatu fingers. So, what's he doing? Why did he do it? It looked like he was going to unbutton his zip. It's like, yes, child, I'm into that. It's my favourite kind of thing. Oh. I do not own my own place, Nivisti. I do not indeed. I am still unemployed and trying to make YouTube work, and failing beautifully. He looks like Vivi. A little bit, I guess. He doesn't quite have the hat. The hat and falling over, that's the key to Vivi's mannerisms. Yeah, Hyde's got it right. I'm practically blowjobbing and selling crack. That is literally it. But more talking, more exposition. I assume the dream sequence is coming. Does having to analyse a game's design for the walkthrough sometimes ruin a game when you see the flaws again and notice them? I don't think so, Scott, because I do this thing where when I'm analysing things like design flaws and issues, good things and bad things, I don't look at them as negatives and positives. I look at them in the most objective sense that I can. Sure, there will be certain things that I say that are opinion-based and thus are biased, but I try to look at them from, I separate myself from the person playing the game. I like to look at them and say, well, this is here, this is what I think it should function like, this is what it does function like, and here are a few ways to make it function better, or to kind of, apply logic to why it works the way it does. And I don't think it ever takes away from a game for me, but it can definitely, and I mean definitely, add a sour taste to certain areas. Like, if I'm already bummed out on something, when I keep seeing it or being reminded of it, that definitely has an effect. But on the flip side, good design does the same thing. If I see something that I really like and I really enjoy, that can be just as, you know, positively affirming as any of the negative stuff, and that can definitely help. But my biggest problem, especially with commentary nowadays, is because I've made so many guides and I've put out so many very similar strategies, because games are extremely similar nowadays, I feel like I've said everything. I feel like everything has been mentioned, every strategy has been gone over, and I always, you know, when I start these commentaries, if I don't talk about random topics or if I don't have something I want to say, I feel like there's not much to say. And I always try to make the commentary as interesting as possible, even though I get those videos like, "Shut up, you cunt! Nobody wants to listen to you. I'm here to help learn game and you shit and you blah blah blah. No one cares about your life." It's like, well, that's perfect, sir, but this channel's not for you. Yeah, this is for the people who are already invested, so go fuck off and die somewhere, preferably soon, with both AIDS, cancer, and on fire. But it's just, it can be really difficult, and it can be really intimidating as well, and especially when you've done like 2,500 videos, just starting to do a commentary can be something that's really difficult, but I like doing it, and when there's something to say, it's the most fun thing in the world. But when you're running out of things to say, and you want to keep the commentary as lively as possible and filled with tangents and interesting notions, it can really feel like a tough sell. It can feel like bombing in front of a crowd, and that sucks. But thanks for watching, and yeah, you take care now.